Well, good morning, David Combe here with the CBS AM Debrief. It's the 7th of June, Tuesday, just coming up for 9 AM here in the Sydney office. And another fairly dour night in overnight market action. We've seen the S&P back below 1,300, the first time since March, and then the Dow nearing 12,000 rather, at 1290. So not too far away there. Apparently it was mostly the airlines and banks that got hit, and it's the fourth straight session where investors have fourth straight session of down moves or losses as investors are focusing more on the economy and what the US economy is doing there on the back of those Friday night non-farms payrolls jobs numbers there that were further disappointment to the ones through the middle of last week. So let's have a look at those actual numbers here. The Dow down 61, the S&P 500 down nearly 14, the Nasdaq down 1.1%, most of all, and the rest of the Americas off to varying extents, including Brazil down nearly 2% there. Probably on the back of that being a commodity economy and that global growth there key to the prospects and fortune of that area, similarly to our own situation. Let's have a look at Europe. Pretty much all in the red there, apart from the FTSE. The only standout there with a small 0.14% gain. Bigger movers were Milan and Stockholm there, pretty big move there, 2.23%. Might have to read into the details there to know exactly why that was. Our close yesterday down 14. We did see some movements a bit lower than that, and at one stage I recall we were back up towards even, but ended up settling down there nonetheless. Let's have a look at the futures are suggesting. Another big-ish move down, 31 points. Down to 45.38. Now we would be getting down towards a reasonably significant level of resistance around the 4,500 level. We'll see if that proves to be the case this time around. The Hang Seng pointing down 228, and the Nikkei down just 10 points. Let's move on now and look at the commodities. West Texas 98 3/4. That's down 26 cents at the moment. Natural gas, $4.83 now. We did get out of that natural gas warrant. In fact, it was Wednesday night of last week, I believe, from memory. With the wonderful benefit of hindsight, that might have proved to be a little bit premature. But we were concerned about the inventory numbers coming through there, I know. And we were able to book a 22% profit, I think it was. So all in all, not bad for a couple of weeks' work there. So we'll be looking for our next warrant there. And at the moment, I'm really starting to come to the view that playing around the equities market at the moment is challenging, to say the least, if not downright dangerous to your portfolio at the very least. So yes, liking some of those commodities here and what they're doing. So we'll see, but don't take that as financial advice. And don't take it's not taking into consideration your personal circumstances there. So let's move on. Commodities theme, just talking about the benefits thereof, mostly in the red, with orange juice the standout here up 2.28, lumber up 0.67, and rough rice up 1.87. The big moves down were wheat 3.84, soy down 2.21, coffee down 3.86, and they were the major standouts there. Copper $4.11.65, that was down 2.55. Gold $15.45, it's currently off $1.80, and silver at $36.81 is up 0.06. Move on now and have a look at the currencies. Euro buying 1.4576, the pound 1.6350, and the US dollar buying 80.1390 yen. The Aussie buying 1.0730. Now, of course, if we see the RBA putting interest rates up today, the consensus, as I understand it, is that they won't. And in light of what's happened with those growth numbers, job growth numbers in the States over the weekend, it would seem that they'd be less inclined to do so. However, if they do, then we can expect this Aussie here to get a lift. And if they don't, we might see a little bit of selling coming in, I would have guessed. Euro buying 0.9802 Canadian and 0.8353 Swiss francs. Let's have a look at the economic calendar, talking about the RBA rates decision. Now that's out at 2:30 this afternoon. Prior to that, we've had some PMI numbers out of Canada. They're looking, just first time I looked at them, to be fairly positive. Later on this afternoon, we've got some Swiss CPI numbers. And we have seen pretty good numbers, GDP numbers out of them just recently, so I wonder if we'll be seeing any of that translate into inflationary concerns at this time. Certainly not according to consensus here, it would seem. Then later on, Eurozone retail sales month on month. Expecting a 0.3 figure there, as opposed to a 0.9 negative number. And then that pretty much sees us through for Tuesday, the 7th of June. We go into Wednesday with a couple of pieces of data of high significance. And then Thursday, some fairly big numbers out of Japan and our unemployment data for May through to the end of the week, then with some other stuff from Canada there for jobs data and whatnot. Okay, let's take a quick look now at what we're seeing in the Falcon Trader. Just looking here at the SPY here. That was our flash crash last year in May. Then we saw the mining super profits tax come down here. So we've got these two numbers to the low side around the 4,200 level. But certainly we seem to have fairly consistently found 45 as a fairly solid level of support in this trading range that we've had going back now to sort of July, August. Nearly 2 years we've been in this sideways pattern here. We've gotten very close to 5,000, over 5,000 twice, and so I think it'll be interesting just to see if this level here at 45 holds, or if we're going to be going for a revisit of the 4,200 levels. So we'll see what happens there. Okay, just a quick follow-up here on a gold stock that I've talked about last week. I've seen a couple of broker write-ups on St. Barbara. And here we are at $1.80.5, and back down on these levels of support potentially. So if they hold, then we would hope that those if the analysis is right, that that's pretty good value here. Just have a look at the US dollar index, see where that is before we finish up. Okay, back down. We have actually taken out this previous low here for what that's worth. I'm not finding that supporting there, so whether or not we're going to start coming down, challenging the that 73 level, a bit hard to say really. Just have a look at one that's been a top pick for VectorVest for several weeks, if not months now, the Luca. I know yesterday they had renegotiated some of their pricing contracts for their titanium oxides and various other compounds, and that saw it move up 10% at one stage. So I got a bit of a incredible move there. In just a year, we've seen this stock move from something like $3 to 17. So it's a pretty impressive story there. Speaking of Vectorvest, where it does still remain in the top position, we do have a pretty alarming looking market call situation, or sorry, a market timing situation here with a price, a red tile in the price, relative timing, and the buy-sell ratio also a red tile, and we've got the sort of speedometer here flat out on the pin there in the bearish sector. So in fact, if certain criteria are met there, you could actually be looking at shorting the market here at this point. I'd be reluctant to perhaps do so until we see a break of that 4,500 old support and resistance. Okay, well, I think that's it. Probably gone on enough there. So I'll let everyone get into the day, and thanks as always for your attention. Until next time, bye for now.